before we begin, just a little apologies for the sound quality. As you could probably tell, well, most of my videos, my nose is just completely, stuffed up. I can't talk without sounding just completely terrible. So, sorry if that's distracting, just keep that in mind. Okay, on with the roll the... Hey, what's up? So, by popular request, I'm doing the community side of Drawception. So there's a bit to cover, but hopefully you'll enjoy it. Let's begin.
Lights, camera, action.
The Drawception community tends to try to invent new ways to play the game. Whether this be clever uses of how the panels work, such as this game about a love story between panels, or the famous and infamous PIO game. God, I hate PIO. That sounds so dumb. Am I really gonna have to say that the whole... Okay, first off, PIO, as used most often in the game, stands for Pass It On, and is used as a tool to convey to the drawers and captioners that the same prompt should be carried through the whole game. Note that this is unofficial, and none of these game modes are recognized by the rules, and it is not required to participate in them. And they are discouraged in general, but we'll talk about that soon. The first PIO game was started a week after the site's birth, and they've been going on ever since, although they have since died down in popularity, once again for reasons we'll soon discuss. These games have been a subject of debate for a long time, the main argument being whether the games themselves should be allowed, as they encourage perfect consistency and sometimes other rule-breaking. Most of the attempts to create healthy discussions on the subject, however, weren't fruitful, and most expired or were locked and lost to time. Until 2018, when we were gifted with Art Adventures, a sub-forum dedicated to replacing PIOs, with threads essentially acting as one giant game, and even a drawing system integrated in the forums to emulate the exact feeling of playing a Drawception game. Besides PIO games, there are a few notable spins on the Drawception format, one of them being step games, which encourage players to create a step-by-step game detailing how to do something. Another variant, and the last one really worth noting, is continue song games, which sets players off to continue the lyrics of a song throughout the whole game. Note that if you try to start one of these games, now it prompts you to make an Art Adventures thread, and that these games in general are discouraged, although there's technically no punishment for making one unless it breaks the rules in some way. And let me just say here, don't make any more. We have a forum for it now. There's no need to. Okay. Continue, end side note. And as far as these go, this is pretty much it, so let's move to what most of you probably came for.
Let's get scratching.
Over the years, Drawception has gathered a collection of recurring characters. I don't want to call them memes, but the tough thing is, it seems that not even the community can decide what's considered a joke or not. Just look at the Drawception wiki, for God's sake, that thing's a mess. But I will try to cover the most relevant characters in games, even nonetheless. First off is the famous Sonic Rainboom game, which is one of the most popular games of all time, sitting second at the leaderboard of all time. And it's easy to see, right? The whole game has a perfect example of how miscommunication should work on Drawception, and with a hilarious ending panel that is reoccurring in many games. It's a genius game, and really, there's not much I can say about it. Here, we'll go with the arguably most recognizable character, Yelmo. Now, I feel I shouldn't explain why these characters got popular and why they are arguably funny, and because that'll just ruin it for everyone, you don't want me sitting here for an hour, talking about why anyways, Yelmo got started in the ever-so-famous game, Esper's Board, and you know what? I can trust y'all can read a wiki page. I don't think there's really need to just read all this off to y'all. You guys are smart enough, I hope. Thanks for watching, you cool peeps, and if you really enjoyed watching, make sure to give all the people that help some love. They're absolutely wonderful, their profiles are in the description. Make sure you give some love to them. Also, if you really want an episode on the memes of Drawception, I guess I can do that. I mean, I really don't see a need to. And, okay, this is kind of an addition, but one last note. Thanks to all the mods on the Discord server. They're great people, and what actually happens is each time I make it a video, I post a draft version of it, so that, you know, they critique it. The mods are Dean Fighter, Gnome, and Why Hello There, so make sure you give them love. They're just as important to this project as I am, and same goes for everyone on the server. So please do check out their profiles and stuff. They're really cool people. And as always, make sure to